So the negotiations for Vinicius Junior's contract at Real Madrid have come to an absolute standstill. So according to recent reports, there is no agreement between Vinicius Junior and Real Madrid on a contract extension. Vinicius Junior is sticking to that €30 million package, and negotiations have just not advanced in months. Now, I think we should take something like this with a pinch of salt, especially since things at Real Madrid these past couple of days have been chaotic. They, of course, lost in the Club World Cup in that traumatic way, so you're going to be hearing a lot of things. We're hearing about Konate, Vinicius, Mbappe, the list goes on. It's during moments like this where speculations and rumours rise, and I wouldn't be surprised if this was all rubbish, although this is something we have been hearing about for quite a while now. That Vinicius Junior wants that 30 million package and Real Madrid are just not prepared to give it to him. And Real Madrid have always been a team that has let players go if they do not agree with their negotiations. We've seen it with Sergio Ramos, we've seen it with Ronaldo. Real Madrid are hardcore when it comes to these things. So it's because of that reason and that reason alone, and if the reports are correct, I think it'd be really interesting to see who concedes first. Is Real Madrid going to go, you know what, Vinicius, you've done a lot for the club, we'll give you a 30 million. Or they're going to go no, and Vinicius Junior goes, I find that disrespectful, I'm going to bounce. I don't know. But that remains to be seen. As always, let me know what you think in the comments down below, and like and follow for more. If you didn't know already, Luis Enrique hit João Pedro in the face following PSG's defeat to Chelsea last night. And I just think this is a really horrid way to end PSG's fantastic season. And let me explain, because I'm not exclusively talking about the loss to Chelsea, although that was humiliating in itself. I'm talking about the reaction of the players and the manager following the confrontation. I think PSG are a club that's been demonised for a long time now, you know, oil giants, Messi, Neymar, Mbappe, superstars, and people just did not take to PSG as a club, its character, its fans at all. But I saw that change for the first time this season. PSG's young core, Luis Enrique leading the next generation, the way PSG played, people generally were talking very highly against PSG as a team of the players. And one single action, one single game has unravelled that for the moment. It's PSG are a lovely team, PSG are unified, PSG are respectful when they win, but when they lose, all hell breaks out. And that's not the kind of image that many people want for the club. That's not the image I believe that the club represents, but the actions of a few individuals have led people to believe so. Luis Enrique said after the whole ordeal that he went over there to try and de-escalate the situation, but it only ended up getting worse. I understand emotions were high, I understand the PSG boys did not like to lose, I understand the Chelsea boys were riling them up the entire game. I get it, but this is just a poor reflection of the club and the players in my opinion. But it's football, things like this is going to happen, and you just got to apologise and move on. But what do you guys think about this? As always, let me know what you think in the comments down below, and like and follow for more. I'm going to come out and say it. I no longer believe that Kylian Mbappe has the mentality to be the best player in the world. He watched as his former team went on to win their first Champions League in their history the season after he left. He then had the opportunity to redeem himself against PSG, and he sat back and he done absolutely nothing. Now this Kylian Mbappe would have taken the game by the scruff of its neck and tried something. He's not standing there so that his team can win the ball back in a favourable position and set him up to score a goal. He is collecting the ball from deep, either in the midfield or on the wing, and making a beeline to goal, doing whatever it takes to get that ball into a good position. And I think that directness, that mentality is something that cannot be taught. It is something, in my opinion, only the best of the best of the best have, and we see it. We see it with the greatest players of all time. I have only seen such a performance with this mentality from Mbappe maybe a handful of times since that World Cup final, and that's being generous. Don't get me wrong, based off of talent alone, I think he's the best player in the world. However, talent is nothing if you do not have the correct mentality to accompany it. I'm fully aware that the way Real Madrid was set out yesterday and for the majority of last season would not have allowed Mbappe to perform to his absolute best. I get it. He was never big on defensive duties either, so while I think his performance in that regard yesterday was poor, it's not surprising from Mbappe. But what was surprising is whenever he got the ball, he did not want to do anything with it. I understand it was rare, I understand it is difficult when you're not seeing much of the ball to progress it, to make something out of nothing, I get it. But everything about his game indicates that he is not interested. And for me, at this point, knowing the player that he was and the player he could be, this version of Kylian Mbappe is just sad. But as always, let me know what you think in the comments down below and like and follow for more. You can never, and I mean never, count Real Madrid out in a knockout game in any competition. That being said, I think they will struggle against PSG in the Club World Cup. If we take a quick look at the stats, both teams have won 4 out of their games so far. Real Madrid, of course, are unbeaten, whereas PSG have lost 1 game. Statistically speaking, they are both similar going forward. Both teams have created the same amount of big chances in the tournament, while PSG have scored 1 more goal than Real Madrid. But defensively is where you really start to see a difference between the two teams. Real Madrid have conceded 3 more goals than PSG and more than double the amount of their XG, so expected goals. And here's the kicker, in almost every defensive stat, PSG is first. So PSG have the least amount of goals conceded, the most clean sheets, the less XG conceded, etc, etc, etc. And one of the reasons for this is the way PSG plays does not allow their opposition to attack their net. PSG is a team that keeps possession and wins back possession quickly, constantly creating chances and threatening their opposition's goal. Therefore, it is pretty difficult for opposition teams to progress the ball and create chances when they are hardly ever in possession, and PSG are so good at getting back into formation. And that is one of the reasons why I think Huijsen's red card will be a bigger miss for Real Madrid than Lucas Hernandez, who is not a starter, and Pacho, who has been excellent for PSG and in my opinion their best defender, but PSG can defend well without him anyhow. Huijsen under Xabi Alonso does more than protect their back line. He is one of their main attacking outlets. He is the person they look to help progress the ball. He has an amazing passing range, and I think Real Madrid will really struggle to get out of their own half without him. As a result, I think PSG are the favourites going into this match. As I said, you cannot rule out Real Madrid in a knockout game, but I do think PSG are the favourites. But as always, let me know what you think in the comments down below and like and follow for more. Real Madrid are an absolute diabolical institution. So first, you snatch up one of the best players in the world in Kylian Mbappe, but oh no, you're not done there. No, because then you set your sights upon Trent Alexander-Arnold, one of the best right-backs of his generation, and you lure him into your clutches. But we are not done, oh no. Because now Real Madrid have decided that they want Konate for guess what? 3. That is right, according to a new report, Konate has made his decision, and if he leaves Liverpool, he only wants Real Madrid. As you can already probably tell, Real Madrid have a transfer policy where they are actively trying to recruit free agents. Not only free agents, no. The kind of best free agents in the world. And this report states that Konate, who is a free agent in 2026 by the way, is willing to wait for next year so that Real Madrid can snap him up for free. So there was first Mbappe, then there was Trent, and now it looks like that Real Madrid are going to get Konate as well. What a team they are building, may I say. Now, I know a lot of people are not going to like this approach from Real Madrid, and I mean losing players, and not only players, but good players, the best in their position players for free. It's not great for any club, let's be real here. But I really do think it goes to show just the kind of level that Real Madrid are operating at and the pool that they have. I mean, I will unbiasedly say that Real Madrid are the greatest club of all time, and I think the players know this as well. And it's becoming very obvious that when you are Real Madrid, you have certain privileges, luxuries in the market that other clubs do not. But hey, what are you guys thinking about this? As always, let me know what you think in the comments down below, and like and follow for more. Musiala looks to have suffered a serious injury in PSG's clash against Bayern Munich in the Club World Cup. Now, I'm not going to be sharing any images of the actual injury, so if you are that curious, go online, go onto Twitter and search his name, it will come up. But I think the reactions from Donnarumma, his teammates alone, tells you the extent of how worrying this injury may be. At first I was very confused as to what was going on, what was happening. It was quite chaotic, and then I took one look at Donnarumma and I knew it was serious. He looks absolutely devastated, but as did Delise, and he actually walked away with his shirt pulled across his face as if he could not bear to watch it. My heart goes out to Musiala. He's had a really unlucky year so far, and to be honest, I thought he was absolutely balling out before the injury. Now, of course, this is going to bring up questions about the Club World Cup. People are going to say, was this really necessary? Is this tournament really necessary? I remember Kunde yesterday tweeted a few things saying, there are teams whose season started mid-July 2024. It is July 4th, 2025, and they are still playing. We've had countless players come out, even managers talk about how they think that this competition is pointless and players need a vacation. They need to be rested. And I think Jamal Musiala's injury is going to open up that conversation once again. Could this have been avoided? Now, of course, an injury like this is a tragic accident. It can happen anywhere, in any competition, in any pitch. But of course, since it happened at the Club World Cup, which many people think is pointless already, it is going to raise question marks. But for the time being, my heart goes out to him. I am wishing him the speediest of recovery. Barcelona, I am embarrassed for you. 2 years did you spend chasing after Nico Williams. The first time he said no. The second time, he not only extended with Athletic Bilbao, he extended by 10 years. That is right, Nico Williams now has a contract with Athletic Bilbao for 2035. Talk about rejection, ladies and gentlemen. You had Lamine Yamal posting Instagram stories as if it were a done deal, only to be trolled by his brother. Athletic win. And if all that was not a kick in the teeth enough, Barcelona have been hit with a €15 million fine for breaching financial fair play rules. John Laporta, way to go with this one, eh? But hey, Barcelona fans, this actually could be a good thing for you guys. So I'm hearing things about Luis Diaz to Barcelona. He's your plan A. First and foremost, I don't think you should be contacting Luis Diaz right now, given what's gone on with Diego Jota. However, there will come a point where Barcelona approach Liverpool and Diaz for a potential deal. And I do not think that this one is going through, but I will be happy to say I'm wrong if I'm wrong. What I actually believe is I think Marcus Rashford is going to end up as a Barcelona player. He is one of several Manchester United players who have made it clear that they wish to leave the club in this summer transfer window. And he wants Barcelona. He really wants Barcelona. Luis Diaz, on the other hand, I'm pretty sure wants to remain at Liverpool. And I am confident that Liverpool want to keep him. So yeah, Barcelona's probably going to get Rashford. You know what, this could all be fate, missing out on Nico Williams, Diaz not coming, because I think Marcus Rashford is going to have a pretty good season next season. I said season so many times. I do think there's a player still in there, and given what we've seen with Rafinha, how we've seen Lamine Yamal climb to new levels, Pedri, I do think Hansi Flick is the man to bring it out of him. You know what they say, you've got to lose some to win some, and I think Barcelona could very much win the biggest prize of them all, but that remains to be seen. As always, let me know what you think in the comments down below, and like and follow for more. Thomas Partey has officially been charged with rape by the Metropolitan Police. Official statement by the Metropolitan Police, it held that Partey has been charged with 5 counts of rape and 1 count of sexual assault. The alleged offences are said to have taken place between 2021 and 2022. Now, I don't think what the Metropolitan Police has voiced today has come as a surprise to anybody. There, of course, have been rumours circulating about him and his alleged behaviour for months, even years on end. This is a very sensitive topic and area, and I've seen how cases like this, especially with professional footballers, are handled by the media and fans alike. I've seen how women are not often believed or seen as gold diggers or glory hunters or wanting money, whatever it may be. I think it's important for everybody to get their facts straight before forming any definitive conclusions, and if you cannot, just don't jump to conclusions. Because as I said, this is a very sensitive topic. It is affecting real life people, and it's not for people on the internet to come and attack people or alleged victims over this matter. It's not. But I will keep you updated with what breaks, when it breaks, but for now, Thomas Partey has been charged with alleged rape. I'm feeling like a negative Nancy today, okay? So here are some of the things I hate, my biggest pet peeves in football. I know I'm supposed to keep you in suspense as to what my absolute despised thing is, but I can't hold it in any longer. I hate it. Hate when counter-attacks are ruined. When a player has the ball to feet, there are several options sprinting out front. He just needs to find one of them and he scuffs the pass or sends the player out wide. Or it's not even just the pass. When a player finds himself one-on-one with the keeper after the pass is made and just scuffs the shot or sends it into the keeper's hands, I hate it. Number 2, corners that aren't corners, and no, I do not mean corner taken quickly. We know, most iconic corner of all time. Anyways, it really does annoy me. And I'm talking directly when the opposing team gets a corner that's not a corner and they score from this. In my opinion, there should be some sort of VAR check because it's not on. Number 3 is showboating, and it's not my man in the picture behind me. Oh no, I am being politically correct, but I think we can all think of a couple of names. I cannot tell you how annoying it is when your team is a goal down, they need to make the difference, and you have a player trying to do some seamless backheel tricks, which of course makes the team lose possession, they get counted on, and they may or may not concede a chance or an actual goal. I don't like it. Number 4, reactionary fans. A player has a good game, he is the best player fans have ever seen. A player has bad games, put him on the bench, he's awful, he's finished, he's cooked. We need to do better. And then finally, because I'm conscious of how long this video is getting, but I just do not like when keepers spam a long ball and it just goes straight to the opposition or out of play. I put Sommer and Pickford here for very specific reasons. Sommer, when he played Barcelona in last season's Champions League, I cannot tell you how many times he was forced to go long and it just went straight back to Barcelona or the ball went out of play. And Pickford, this is specifically for the 2022 World Cup quarter-final match against France. I don't know how many times he went long and it just went straight back to France. I am still tormented by that game. But those are just some of my picks. What are yours? As always, let me know in the comments down below and like and follow for more.